I gotta go back and see my stream right quick. I gotta cut off Twitch too while I'm at it, because Twitch is definitely going to be lagging me the hell up. Close my email. I see some shit being discussed about cancel culture, and I don't support it. I definitely do not support it. How did I just forget how to get to my own page? Lord have mercy, grow your team. No, go away. Seriously, leave me the hell alone. You keep trying to convince me to do everything to the what the hell? Go to Legacy Classic. No. Just go to the Studio Classic, please. So Legacy Classic is leaving, and we're going to be forced to deal with the fucking new studio, huh? Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Okay, cool. Man, I have something to tell you guys about. I'm pretty drained because I just got done making a Twitch stream about it, but I'm going to go ahead and mention this right quick and get this out the way for you guys to understand where we are. Alright, so first of all, a lot of you simps need to wake up and stop being simps. And if you don't know what a simp is, well, look at yourself and ask yourself if you are giving women things for free based off of the fact that they exist and destroying your dignity to get the attention of said women. And if you are one of those, you're a simp. You're a simpleton, sir. It's time for you to stop. You're an idiot. You are a degenerative, horrible excuse of a human being, or horrible excuse of a man above all else. You're just disgusting. Even of those LGBTQ, A, B, C, D, F, G, whatever the hell they call themselves, community folks, they are definitely consistent of simps. If you are a man, if you're a part of that community, you're a simp. You're doing what you're doing on the behalf of women and to seeing if you can cater to the women that made themselves abominations in that group, to see if you can get their favor. But you as a man have no place being there, and you know you have no place being there, so you're doing what you're doing in hopes that these women accept you, and they don't. So, sir, I'm going to need for you to go ahead and give yourself the commemoration medal of simp. You're a simp, sir. This is something you shouldn't be doing. You are much stronger than this. You're much better than this. And you decided, you know what, instead, I'm not going to make myself out to be better. Why not just fall for the ruse that someone actually likes me? Excuse me, I'm just sending my messages back. What I have to say, though, is, what the hell? Go away. As if you women This Fitbit isn't even reading my steps. Fuck you. Anyway, my bad. I keep getting distracted by things. Anyway, if women want to work as hard as men so bad, and they allow women in positions in the workplace, but they keep on kicking out the men, and you see the workplace and it's full of bitches, don't even complain, because let me tell you why. One, this is a business that's doomed to fail. It's going to fail and is going to go out of business really soon. They cannot do the things that men could do if you put them into the position of work to do these things. That's the reason why these places are failing. Because it takes men to put muscle and their mind, their mentality into something where it can be created to become better. Created, being the underlined and keyword here. Men is possible, or it's possible to do this because men. Women, not so much. Or rather, I should say, not at all. You won't expect this to come from them. In fact, if you're expecting them to even be women anymore, well, you're going to be sorely disappointed. They don't want to do their job as women. They know that they have a support role to take, but they refuse to take this role because it feels so good to wear the pants that the men have provided them with so that then they can wear. So who provided them with these pants to wear in the households to be leaders instead of men being the leaders and call the shots? Your very own government officials. They've abandoned God to put women in a place to be the new God, treating them as the golden calf did back in Egypt. What I see is history repeating itself, and it is bittersweet. It's bittersweet at this point. You guys supposed to have learned this a long time ago out of the Bible, but you, in all of your creativity, you could find any other alternative plan to do to make society better other than just put a woman in a position where a man should be. And you thought this is going to get you attention and love and affection by these women? Well, you're sadly mistaken because, well, women don't want to be worshipped, my guy. They want to be ruled. They want to be dominated. They hate that shit. Men following behind them, sniffing their asses like little puppy dolls, looking for them to give them something in return. Excuse me. And pardon me if I'm stepping on a few hearts here, pulling a few heartstrings. But women don't like that shit. And if you are guilty of doing this, I'm sorry to tell you, you are a simp, you are a beta. Wake up, repent, come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of this Bible, and stop doing that stupid ass shit right there. You are guilty of being an accessory of the crime of whoredom and whoremongering. They know what they're doing is wrong, but because they're doing it, they're expecting you to give them that type of correction that they would expect to get from a leader and chief of their civilization. And you're not fitting that role, man. So the onus had to go back to you. If you're not fulfilling that role of being a leader, you can't knock them for what they're doing. Because they're not getting any correction and they're seeking it desperately. They're even going as far as to killing their offsprings. But they're not getting punished and punitized. What's the word I'm looking for? I fucked it up completely. But they're not getting punished for it. And you guys are pardoning them. No form of retribution at all. What they have is not even diplomatic immunity. Just straight up, flat out immunity. Or no, I would say more of a gender immunity. The power of the vagina enables me with the ability where there's a glass shield around me that stops me from being punished by any laws and rules and regulations. So whatever happens, things are going to go in my favor. And thus it shall be. I am a woman, and that is where my power will come from. Because I'm a woman, that's where men are going to give their representation for. And because you gave your power to women, women are taking their power and hindering you from having power as men. And that's the reason why I brought up the issue about them being in a workplace and why you shouldn't say anything about it, because, well, they wanted it the position so bad, and now their bodies are not up for it, and now all of a sudden they want to change their tone and say enough is enough, and they can't take it anymore. Now you women are beginning to learn why you shouldn't be on the workforce. You fucking morons. This is something that you should have looked into as a form of seriousness, where you wouldn't just... You should not be subscribing to that type of behavior. But I prefer that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also share. And also like. Give me a thumbs up, man. But back to the topic. Why would you even attribute yourself to this type of behavior? Why you as a woman would think that this is suitable for you and comfortable for you? Oh, that's right. Because someone enabled you to do so? I would give you a plus on that, but then you have to understand you're adults just like the rest of us. Including your other fellow sisters making dumb decisions just like you. Or as well as the men that's supposed to be leaders, but they're making dumb decisions just like you, which then puts them in the category of being effeminate. Because there's not even a such thing as a dumb decision that's supposed to come out of what you would expect to be a man. Men ain't supposed to be making dumb decisions or fucked up shit. This is who you're letting give you said powers. And you women know you can't handle these powers. You women know you can't handle the labor that men have to do 24/7. You know you can't do it. Why would you even sign up for such a position? But because you envied men and you wanted to earn money as much as men, you fought for these rights to have just as being equal as men, only for you to find out your body can't do it. You can't take it anymore. It hurts. And now you want someone to cater to your pain because of the trauma you feel of whenever you're on you're in the workforce, and then you come home and your body's aching. When we could come home, our body doesn't have to ache. Sometimes in some certain parts, but then we can deal with it and shrug it off and work out after the fact and play games and such. All you women have to do is just simply sit the fuck down and obey. That's all you gotta do. It's not hard. You're getting free shit, but want more on top of that. You can't make a woman happy, and the Heavenly Father has already showed you men that you can't do this. It's impossible for you to do so. So it's stupid for you to even try. That this is what you're doing. You think that this is okay for you to do, and that this is just going to get you more favor by these women. All well, they don't give a shit about you. You're giving favor about, or to people who don't give a shit about you, who isn't giving you anything, instead of a brother who can actually help you build. You can build with a brother. You can't build with a bitch. Are you serious? Why are you letting these hoes within your vicinity? If you're found guilty of letting multiple different bitches within your You let them have any involvement in being around you, and they have provided you nothing. I don't feel sorry for the harm doing that happens to you from these women. I'm sorry. I'm sure some of you who I may be following and may be subscribed to that lets themselves fall under that category of a guy that lets that happen. But listen here, I am not feeling sorry for you. Whatever happens, happens, bruh. You should have learned a long time ago to be your brother's keeper. And you decided, fuck that shit. If you were your brother's keeper, you would have stopped and prohibited a lot of guys from becoming worse excuses of men. But you said, fuck that shit. Because pussy looks like it has more value than your brother does. This is the dude who, if you got together and taught him some things, he could even teach you some things. If he learned from you a certain amount of lessons he can get from you, he can evolve into the best man that you would ever see a man ever evolve into. But you want to build with a bitch who won't have anything to offer you but problems, turmoil, confusion, struggles, complaints, and theft. And usury, which is still theft, but I mean, tomato. This is what you deserve, man. And I'm not going to be nice to you. Now I'm just going to give you the nasty ass truth that you deserve to get whenever you got that nasty medicine from the doctor who was prescribed you with something that was absolutely, utterly disgusting. But it still made you feel good at the end of the day. This is what this is. Someone who cares about you enough to where he has to mention this to you. And I'm not big. Of course you can see, because my comment section deaded in a bitch. You'll never find a man who will want to have much to do or to say with matters like this because they're all too busy simping. And well, they don't really care about whether or not they need to be awakened up from the state that they're in because, well, I mean, attention means to them more than anything else, even money. So why not keep on popping up on a thought stream? Make a few Twitch accounts and stalk the same Twitch bitch who will sell her Snapchat videos revealing herself to multiple different dudes already. What you've seen is not different from what the last recent 1,200 or 12,000 dudes have already seen. I don't know why you're simping for this bitch to that point where you want to see him too. When has she ever given you anything in return? If you're trying to tell me she's giving you a video in return or photos in return, that's nothing, my guy. That's nothing. I can leave this neighborhood right now, see a big titty bitch, flirt with her, and end up seeing her body live. I don't have to look at it through a computer screen or a fucking a cell phone screen or Snapchat. It will be in my face and I could touch it and all. It ain't hard, man. But you dudes are on here simping for hoes who you can't touch and who you never will. Who will never love you, never like you, never will care for you, never will give you anything in return. But you're simping for the likes of this. So now that brings me to the question of my title. What in the hell is a Women's History Month? What did women do in history for us to represent them for? Other than just spread their thighs and just bear our seed. That's it. Now, what other reason is there for us to worship or represent? Because I don't see any other reason here. You turn St. Patrick's Month into a women's worship month. bitches have literally taken over, and you simps in the government who also are working outside the government too at some point have enabled them to do this, and they are okay with doing this because they feel that this is right. You are disgusting. Poor excuses for adults. I cannot learn, or let's say, I can't even have my, if I had offspring, son or daughter, I would never let them around the likes of you because you would teach them how to be as much as a simp as you are. And this amount of simp behavior is fucking disgusting. The fact that you would abandon your God to turn somebody into a new God to replace them. Giving them free shit. And they got nothing to give you in return. You motherfuckers ought to be ashamed of yourselves. In Twitch, you got a nerd to, I said Twitch, YouTube, you got a nerd to create something called COPPA, where you are doing a Children's Online Protection, Privacy Protection Act, or whatever the fuck it's called. You let bitches get on your platform to twerk their asses, all while having a YouTube Kids in the same platform. So, best twerk videos January 2020 on the side of YouTube Kids. YouTube, Google, I gotta admit something to you. I'm sure you guys can agree whether or not. And if you think I'm gaslighting, or if you think I'm just reaching, you can feel free to correct me, so to speak. But all of you guys at YouTube Inc. or Google Inc., you guys are pedophiles. Every single one of you. I don't give a damn if you're not someone who engages into the pedophilic activity. You cannot be just unaware of the shit that they're doing in their companies. Pornography, or a child coming up here and they can make a YouTube channel on the same platform where someone who just so happened to be a woman is twerking her ass. Oh, I'm sure you guys are aware of this. This is what happens. You are very well aware of this. Stream complete. What is this shit? Why am I getting cut off? Video output low, as viewers will experience buffering. Lord have mercy. Let me refresh my window because this shit started to fuck up on me and now my mouse isn't working. Where is my mouse point? Now I see it. And now my YouTube tab is frozen. Let me check everything else. It's frozen so bad that my Discord stream still says the same title that my last stream was, but I've literally got finished with that already. Jeez, let me go ahead and close out Firefox, because Firefox is just having a bad day today. So I'll close both Firefox windows and I'll be back on Firefox to check and see if everything is working dandy in a second. You guys are going to have to give me a little wait though. And I'm saying you guys like someone's here, but I know no one's here. And if in case one person joins in, just understand in the future, if you guys observe this stream, I'm on here. I'm also on Twitch. I'm on Instagram. I got my Instagram back. I wouldn't say 100%. This is another Instagram account. I had to need another Sims card in order for me to get back on Instagram, so I can make myself, or not make myself, I made myself one. I just need for you guys to go there and follow it. Connection. Let me see if I can get to my task manager right quick. Hold on. Let's see. Open task manager. What am I going to look at? Is everything frozen? I got 360 drop frames. Should be no way in hell that my load is this slow. It ain't that serious, my guy. I'm lagging like my Windows is getting updated or hacked or something. I'm confused. The thought guys have responded and said, enough of roasting my hoes. How could you roast my hoes? Oh man, YouTube is mad at me. I've roasted their golden cow. They don't like that shit. How could you roast my thoughts? We worship thoughts too, baby. Task manager, please. What is taking you so long? Just load already. This is going to take forever. So, it's not me just hesitating and biding my time. As you guys can already see, this is what I'm dealing with. I'm not even getting a lot of CPU usage. This shit is just ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous. Just close out Twitch and end it. End it, please. End the Twitch, my Buddha. Buddha. Buddha, end the Twitch. End the Twitch, my Buddha. It'll never listen. Maybe if I was a woman, it would. If I was female, it would never give me these issues. But because I got a deuce, I got two twin testes and a freaking rod. How could you? How could you even exist to talk about certain topics, boy? So what I have to do now is probably end my XSplit too, because I have frozen something heavy. My God, I can't even get an application closed when I want to. Look at this, I'm clicking in tags and it's just not confirming. I can't even scroll. It froze. Task manager fucking froze, bro. Bro. Bruh. Oh my God, this is horrible. It's freezing so bad I don't even see XSplit up here running. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. I don't know what is going on here. This is weird that this shit just started happening as soon as I started streaming. End it, please.